Hello, people. Welcome to Never a Foul Extra Time. It's your host, Ty. It's Gameweek 28. There's only 10 game weeks to go, but today was a cracker. And tonight I am joined by a big panel. It's just North London derby. We've got the boys in blue, the girls in blue, and Chelsea. Here we are, Gameweek 28. I know we've got Northside London in the building smiling. You can't wait to speak. But people, obviously, if you're tuned in right now, make sure you're liking and subscribing. Never a Foul, on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and we appreciate your support every single time. So yeah, man, let's get straight into it. Claudio, obviously, you've been on regular. Thank you for coming on again. How you feeling, man? Good day so far?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, the result went in our favour with Arsenal today. It's probably the one of very few times I've wanted them to win, to be fair. So yeah, good result for us considering what happened yesterday. So yeah, it's all good. Good vibes.
It's all good. It's all good. Holly, obviously, first time on. Oh,
hey! Not mine.
They must have heard. The dogs must have heard. First time, obviously, on the show. Thank you for coming on. Another Chelsea fan. How you feeling? Good weekend so far. Mother's Day and all that.
Really good. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Nah, no pleasure. No more than a pleasure. And obviously, you're gonna hopefully have your own shows coming soon. So people, obviously, your first time seeing Holly, there is gonna be more to come. So make sure you stay tuned. And then we're gonna go over to the north side of London. We've got Mr. Kane Rose in the building. Callum, I'm going to come to you first because them lips need to smile, man. You need to smile, G.
Well, I would say I'm happy to be here, but I'll be lying, innit? It's an early night for me tonight after this.
It's an early night. Thank you for coming on. Do you know what? Every time you're always here supporting the channel. Love it. Even, for the wins, losses, and the draws, you're always here coming on, holding it down for Tottenham, man. So yeah, you're a great accolade for the obviously channel. And people, if you're tuned in as well to Never a Foul and you're a Tottenham fan, he does have his own channel with Ashley, which is Views from the Skywalk. So make sure you're locking in that tomorrow as well, because I know that it's going to be a madness. And tonight, I'm also joined by a new guest, and I'm happy to have him on. He's got his Arsenal shirt looking all nice and colourful right now. It's Northside London, man. So yeah, big up yourself for coming on tonight. How you feeling, man? You feeling good?
Yeah, come on, man. We couldn't have planned it any better, innit? What a day to get me on for the first time.
Yeah, man. I love that. Big up Daps as well. Obviously, one of my co-hosts getting Northside London on. I know you have your own channel. So if you just want to tell the people where they can find you, whether it's on obviously Instagram, on YouTube and everything, plug it through, man.
Yeah, I got my channel, Northside LDN, my IG, same name, Northside LDN. So yeah, just go on to both because I put different content on both. So yeah. Love that, people. Make sure you like and subscribe and make sure you support. And if you can see the like and subscribe here, you can get onto his channel as well, man. So let's do this. Right, 45 minutes. Let's get into it. I was going to start with Chelsea, but I'm sorry, man. It's got to be the North London derby because today, that was a big game. I think it's only right that I come to Northside London first. The victors, I could say, I don't want to say it, but they could be running North London tonight. A big 2-1 win for you lot. How are you feeling, man? Let's talk about when you saw the lineup to the actual game. You can go through it, man. The red carpet's out for you. Let me get the gas out first time and then get you so people actually know what kind of Arsenal fan I am because there's a couple different type of Arsenal fans. When I saw the lineup, I was like, why is Xhaka playing after scoring an own goal? Like, where's the accountability? Why is David Luiz playing when he's another Hazard FC as well? Why is this guy actually thinks he's Pep? He's putting Smith Rowe on the wing. He ain't got this. I hate when he starts inventing stuff. This manager, I don't really like him anyway. He's dead. He ain't got, I don't know how he got this job in it. So when I saw the lineup, I was already angry. This guy, come on, what's he ever done?
Yeah, true. Facts, yeah.
I can sit next to Pep and take a photo. Does that mean that I'm a manager now? Doesn't mean nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't like this guy, but I'll take the W however it comes for this match. Because of obviously the animosity between us and Tottenham, but even the decisions in the game were bad. Why is he not starting Aubameyang? You want to discipline Aubameyang in this match? Do you know what this match means? It doesn't matter what's going on. You're disciplining him now. Like you discipline him, but you don't discipline Xhaka when he swore at the fans. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's inconsistent. This guy. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna lie. Tottenham did what I thought they would do: was sit back and try to hit us on the counter. And then when we were the ones that were on top of them, I was quite surprised because I feel like Tottenham got better ballers than Arsenal. Like they're starting to play better than us. Like I'm not gonna lie in front. This is the worst Arsenal been, and for them to flop this is like the worst I've ever seen Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they get the goal, the goal was hard. I can't lie. The goal was hard.
Yeah.
The goal was
That
hard.
was a serious
like,
goal. We'll get to that. Yeah.
This guy did it with his whole chest, yeah. And then Odegaard showed up, and then it was capitulation for Tottenham. Like, they sat back again, and they had moments. I think this is a game where Tottenham had moments, but they didn't control this game. Like, we controlled the game. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like,
I think looking at the game, 100% you had control. I think when I was watching the first half, I was quite surprised. Obviously, they had a couple of attacks they scored, but you lot were on the front foot mostly. You hit the post a few times. To be honest, I think you were the more deserved winners. What do you think? When you look at it, going from obviously Aubameyang getting dropped for disciplinary, going into the game, where do you think you actually got it right today?
See, I don't really feel like the manager really got it right. Like, even when we weren't 2-1 ahead, we were shaky. Like, he couldn't even set us up to nullify them and slow down play. Like, I don't rate this manager at all. I'm gassing the W. You get what I'm saying? Like, Tottenham fans, I'm gassing it and you lost it. When I really deep it, this manager makes suspect decisions. Do you know what I'm saying? And he did it in our last match, and he done it in this match again. Like, why is he bringing on Willian? And Pepe, like, why didn't Pepe start? Why is Martinelli not coming on? Like, I feel like moments from players that we have, predominantly Aubameyang most of the time and Saka, is what saves him. I don't really think he's tactically the guy really getting it correct. Like, yeah, I don't really rate him though. Like,
it's mad. Do you know what's mad? Like, you just won North London derby, but you're coming with your opinions, which I love. You're honest as well. It seems like obviously you're not really happy with Arteta, but even though you've got the win, I think you feel like that just masks the problems that are going on. Callum, if you look at Arsenal, obviously today, let's be honest. I know you were confident all week. Obviously, you're in the Never a Foul chat. You got the comments here. You can this one crack me up. Umar here. Callum, remember the other day you called Tini a passion merchant. Big up Umar, man. Always supporting and watching the channel. DJ Daps here saying, Callum, you've been listening to any Mario albums lately. But let's get on to Tottenham, because you look at the starting lineup here, and you probably thought on paper, yes, you had a better 11. You took the lead. What's gone wrong, man? What's happened? Because for me, you didn't even show up at all from back to front. Mourinho's tactics, you could talk about the personnel, I don't know. But what's your thoughts on the game, man?
I mean, when I saw the lineup there, I was happy with it, other than obviously the one man, Matt Doherty. He's been rubbish all season. When you got Kieran Tierney playing left back, left wing back, you know that Doherty, like, it should be Aurier there every day of the week. Other than that, I was happy with the lineup. And I was saying before the game, if we go into it, I don't want to see us sit back. I want to see us take the game to them. We're better. We've got a better team than them, 11 man for 11. But it was a complete opposite now. We went there, sat back, didn't create nothing, especially like the first 25 minutes. Bro, man didn't realise it was a derby. And you said when the stream started, North London's red, tear. Them man are 10th, we're 7th. North London is colourless, but black and white. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. Like, the thing is, them man won the game, bragging rights or whatever. At the end of the day, they're still 10th. We're still like 4 points above them. Obviously, I ain't happy, but I feel like the difference between Spurs fans and Arsenal fans is, I don't know about my man, but Arsenal fans in general, is like, that's a big win for them. If them man finish the season 10th, they'll still be like, oh, we beat you, man. Bro, I don't care about finishing above Arsenal or beating them. I want what's best for my club, innit? Whether that's top 4 football or Europa League or whatever it is. But, bro, the players didn't turn up today. Kane, Bale, poor performances. Jose, I don't know what he was doing. Man, cool, Bale wasn't having a good game, but man brought him off for Sissoko, want to park the bus early. I'm feeling everything I saw.
What do you think you should have done differently? Because you took the lead, and that's normally Mourinho, and all of the, as we know, in big games, takes the lead and normally can shut up, go defensive. You lost Heung-min Son, which is a big injury, by the way. Hopefully it's not too serious for you with a hamstring. But like, game plan wise, what would you have done differently? Because let's put it out there. You had, when Son was on the pitch, you had Son, you obviously got Bale and Kane, who are flying at the moment in terms of the last few games, and they've probably got a lot of stuff that could bother Arsenal. But you didn't see none of that. So what do you think Mourinho actually done in terms of his game plan today? Because you just didn't see nothing of what you've seen on Tottenham recently.
Yeah, I think obviously it's no secret that our strength is in attack. But when you sit back for the whole game and invite pressure, there's bound to be mistakes made, especially from the likes of Sanchez. Every week I call him out. Man's got mistakes and then falls asleep. And that challenge there, I don't know why he was complaining to the referee. It's a blatant penalty. Cool, Lacazette's shot was going wide or whatever, but like, I don't know what he's doing. So for me, I would have just liked to see us play more attacking. Like I said, utilise Kane, Son when he was on the pitch, and Bale. And after we scored that first goal, none of us expected us to take the lead. It was against the run play. But when we scored that goal, I wanted to see us go for another one, and then man could talk about shutting up shop. But we straight away, we've gone 1-0 up. He wants to continue playing defensively. Now if we went 1-0 down, by that time, Bale was off the pitch, Son was off the pitch.
Yeah, he got dragged early.
So it's a 1-1 now. And then we're chasing the game. Lamela's got subbed off. We ain't got the attacking players we had when we started the game. We was never going to get a result out of that.
Okay, that's interesting. Fair comments. I think overall the result was really, I think it was Arsenal turned up today. I think in the North London derby, they just wanted it more. They turned up. Lacazette, people always talk about him in the North London derbies, gets a goal. Obviously gets the penalty as well, which we're going to come to. That's why I want to bring in Cloud and Holly first. Holly, I'll come to you. VAR's obviously been a big thing this season with the Premier League. Arsenal get the goal from the penalty, wins them the game. Do you think it's a penalty when you look at the challenge on Lacazette personally?
I mean, personally, I think it is. In the modern day game of football, listen, if you make contact, it's a penalty, you know what I mean? So for me, it was, yeah.
Okay, so for you, do you think they were right to go and check it in VAR? Or like when you saw it originally, did you actually think it was a penalty, or did you have to wait to see the replay and then think, yeah, okay, that is a Stonewall penalty? From
the beginning, I thought it was a penalty. Then obviously when I've watched the highlights, I still agreed it's a penalty, to be fair.
Okay, straight, not fuffing around, straight to it. She thinks it was a penalty. Cloud, obviously, you know, you've watched enough games between Arsenal and Spurs. It was a good result for you, like, actually looking at it. But with the penalty situation in VAR, what was your takeaways from it? Because I got someone in the comments here saying no penalty. What do you think?
It's mixed views. I think Sanchez went in pretty rash, to be fair. At the same time, so you got to look at him and just think, he probably should have done better in terms of defending. But he put himself in a difficult situation. Obviously, when you look at it, for me personally, I did think it was a penalty. When you look at it at VAR, you do think, like Ozzy said in the comments, Laka kicked Sanchez. But I think personally, Sanchez kind of went in too rash for my liking anyways. That's not something you want to see from a defender in those type of scenarios. So it's one of those, again, where we're talking about another VAR decision. I don't think it was the worst decision. But for me, it was a penalty when I looked at it, to be fair.
Okay. Callum, what do you think? Because there are people in the comments right now saying, you know, Laka, well, let's be honest, when the situation comes, Laka actually goes to hit the ball, misses it completely, and it's like Sanchez catches him on a follow-through. I reckon, personally, if Laka makes contact with the ball, whether it goes wide or on target, they won't. I don't think they give a penalty because it's like kind of happened after. The fact that he misses the ball and then the contact's made, I think that helps sway the decision of the VAR and the referee. What are you thinking? Because I know that Davinson Sanchez in general gives you a bit of the nervous shakes, let's be honest. But on the situation, the penalty, what do you think? Do you think he could have done anything different?
I think like Claudio said, he went in too rash, and like how it is in football these days, anything's a pen. Any contact in the box is a pen. And the way he's gone in rash, almost like he's got no intention of going for the ball, it's a penalty for me. I ain't going to come back and complain about that decision as to why we didn't win the game. Like, for me, Doherty and Jose are the main reasons. Like, thing is, please, bro, if anyone knows Doherty, give me a chance to fight this guy. I'm not even saying I'll win. I just want
to set up a charity match, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, a little charity match. I just want an opportunity, bro. And as for Jose, it's like he doesn't learn. Man's stubborn. He doesn't learn, sitting back and man are saying, if you man win a title, if you win Europa League or Carabao, your first trophy in however many years. At this point, I don't care, man. I don't care. This football I have to watch it. And if there was fans in the stadium, no one's standing for this. Every week, man, it's boring.
It's so up and down, man. It's an emotional roller coaster at the moment. I think it will be exciting when we've got fans back. But Jose Mourinho, I told you this, and you know I did. Like I said, it's weird, because when you're winning, everything's so good. But because the football's so boring, when the results follow, man, like you just don't. It's like you actually don't enjoy football no more, which is kind of sad. Yet he's won so much. Claudio, you've had him as a manager, Holly as a manager twice, and he's won things. But just when things go bad, it feels like it's worse than when things go bad for generic managers. Northside, what do you think when it comes to the penalties decision? You're shaking your head there. I don't know if you're shaking your head on the Mourinho or the fact that
I was gonna say on Mourinho, he doesn't fit that club. Like, when you get a manager, if you're gonna get a manager, especially a manager that's been in the game for a long time, you need to say, right, if Jose's the type of manager that he needs a checkbook, he needs the players that he wants to play the football that he wants to get the results. Tottenham aren't really the type of club to spend the money on, because he wants made players, like world-class players, If you got him, Tottenham now need to be ready to be like, right, whoever Jose says he wants, give it to him. Because you already know what he's like. If he doesn't get what he wants, the results won't come. When the results don't come, he starts turning on the players. He did it at United. Do you know what I mean? So I personally feel like either like Levy already said, okay, boom, we're gonna get him and we're gonna fully back him. Otherwise, what's the point? You might as well stuck with Poch, in my opinion. Like I'm just looking at it like in a neutral.
When he wanted a centre back and he didn't get his centre back in the summer.
But there's no point going for a manager that builds up young players if that's what you want. But don't get a Jose and then don't give him the piece and the money to build on what he does. You know what I mean? Because you know what he is. But that's just my opinion on.
What's your take on that, Callum?
Yeah, I agree. I do agree still. But for me, yeah, obviously when he come to Spurs, everyone was saying Jose's finished now. He's a dinosaur, etc. And he come with this whole change of approach, like he's, we went away for 2 years and he's learned about himself. And for me, what I don't understand here is Jose's the type of player, or especially in the past, players ain't performing. He'll call them out. They won't get in the squad. I've seen Aurier get subbed off at half-time a few times this season when he's not been performing. Why did Doherty not get that same treatment? Tierney was running him ragged the whole game. Every time Arsenal got the ball,
Tierney
to the left, Beyonce thing every time. And Doherty's still on the pitch in the second half. I don't understand. So for me, Jose, I've been trying to say, give him to the end of the season. We brought him in to win a trophy. Let's see if he can do that. But yeah, I'm definitely losing my patience with him.
Okay. Yeah, it's a hard one, man. Like you said, you're still in the are you still in the FA Cup? No, so you're not in the FA Cup.
You're in the Carabao, yeah.
Oh, that's the FA Cup final, and you're in the Europa League.
That's ours. The FA Cup.
Yeah. But I mean, Man City in the final, though. What's our chances?
Exactly. You need the first goal in that as well. Northside, just quickly before we move on, penalty for you, yes or no? What do you think?
Yeah, it was a penalty, but that's the only way Lacazette's scoring. Like, he's dead. Lacazette's dead. He's dead. Do you know what I'm saying? Only Arsenal fans that don't want to see the light would say that he's good. He's rubbish. Do you see how many chances he got in on a plate and he didn't score? He's rubbish. Yeah. He's an older version. Like, no offense, but he's an older version of Martial. Like, he's not clinical enough.
Oh, don't get to my guy, man, Martial.
Not good enough. Well, I'm real about it. Like, I can say I talk about other people's club because I'm real about my club. Like, you can look at this game, and say, okay, it's a Northside derby. Yeah, we want to win it. Cool. But does that change that this manager shouldn't even be in 10th? We're rubbish, yeah. But this squad, if you pick the right style and the right lineup, we should be at least 6th. We're the weakest of the 6th, but we should be at least 6th. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why it's still out for me. This doesn't blind me about nothing, yeah. Ole can win 1-2 matches. Is he somebody that's gonna outdo Pep and outdo Klopp? No, he's not. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's not on that level of manager. Like, fans, we need to start looking at it and be like, look, let's celebrate. Let's rub it in Tottenham's face that we're weaker than them and we beat them. But let's not get blinded, yeah? Like, at the end of the day, this guy, yeah? Like, we sacked Emery for getting 6th and getting to Europa League final, yeah? This guy is 10th. And we're not in the final yet. So if we don't fire him, why do we sack Emery? Why do we sack Arteta? And he got, Wenger, and he got 4th? Nah, Arteta out. I don't care about this. I don't care about
it. Hear people. If you tuned in
he
right
doesn't
now,
even know his best starting lineup. He still doesn't know his best starting lineup. You're playing a midfielder on the wing. You're playing Xhaka, saying he's your boy. Why is he your boy? Is he your son? Why is he playing?
He's coming hard, but he's coming it. Got comments here. I love it. I love it. No. You got. That's what you do. This is podcasting. You got to say your views, and you know what? The win today is good, like you said. But for you, it's still Arteta out. Got people in the comments, by the way, loving the comments, people. Got Thiago's father saying, "Love this." That's where do you find this guy? We've got Suits here, Raw, an Arsenal fan that isn't delusional. Northside is a real one. Got more comments coming in here. This guy's had too many coffees. He's an Arsenal fan here. His hold up play is important. But honestly, there's so many comments flying through now. People, if you're tuned in, it's never a foul extra time. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. We've got loads of podcasts for other channels as well, like teams, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, Man City. So yeah, make sure you're all involved. I want to get on to Eric Lamela. Now, the red card. Holly, Claudio, Lamela scores a stunner, and then he just flings his elbow out like an idiot and gets sent off. This player, I'll come to you, Claudio, first. Eric Lamela is one of them players. He played in, obviously, Serie A, and he had a lot of talent. And then he comes to Spurs, and for me, he showed moments of it, but never showed consistency. Today, he comes under the sub for Heung-min Son, scores a delightful goal. Like that just shows he's got the intelligence to do that. Instinct, great finish, Rabona. Do you know what I mean? You don't see them in derbies like that, and then he goes and gets sent off. What do you think about that moment from him there? Scores one, but then gets sent off.
Was it 1-0 at that point as well? Was it?
It was 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0. Yeah, so you just think that the lack of discipline in the North London derby, that's one thing you need in a London derby, any derby in general. You need discipline. Silly decision from him. Everyone knows that. It's not really a talking point in terms of what's happened. I think it's just 2 silly yellow cards. After the goal he had as well, it's a wonder goal, like absolute magic from him. And everyone was obviously talking about him, thinking like he probably could have, at that point, everyone's thinking he's got a wonder goal and Spurs are going to go win. Then he gets sent off. And then after the sending off, you just think it's only going to go one way after that. And I just think, like I said, in derbies in general, you need to keep your discipline. It probably would have been worse if fans are there. But I think Lamela in general, he hasn't really had a good history in terms of his sort of decision making in the past and his lack of discipline every now and again. So I just think it's not surprising. But at the same time, like I said, it's just his decision making is just poor.
Poor. Got a comment here from Soups. So Lamela is the only one who treated it like a proper North London derby. Passion made him lose his head. Yeah, he probably scored the goal, ran over to Mourinho and that, like, I should have been starting, and then gets gassed in, and that's what happens. Holly, with the Lamela situation, do you think it was just a stupid moment from him?
Yeah, personally, I mean, his goal was amazing. When I saw that, I was like, wow, what an amazing goal. And then with 2 yellow cards, 2 silly mistakes, it's just, it's disappointing from him, really, after the goal.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a silly thing for him to do. Callum, speaking on Lamela, I'm just going to come to you on it. Boy, like, I know with Lamela, you know about the moments he can bring, but also the frustrations he can bring. Today was a bit of both. Like,
yeah. I feel like that game summed up Lamela to a T. First things first, when he got brought on, obviously his unfortunate son with a hamstring injury, he'll probably be out for a while now. But Lamela's got brought on, and I thought, like, the only thing that Soup said, Lamela's one of the few players on that side that know what a derby is and know what it means to play against Arsenal. So I was grateful in that sense. But he's come on, he scored a great goal. I'm going to give him credit for it. But at the same time, I'm seeing maybe man that don't watch Spurs week in, week out, or don't know a lot about Lamela, but I'm hearing people say, oh, the audacity to try that, the technique. The only reason man done that is because he doesn't have a right foot. That's the only reason he done a Rabona, because he had to shoot with his left, man's got no right foot. Fair play, great goal. But then the issue of him is his decision-making is poor. There was one situation where I think it was that he played a 1-2 with Bale. Doherty's made a great run forward and man's turned around and passed it backwards. And then rash tackles, got himself sent off. For me, like, this guy's been here 7 years. 7 years he's been here.
Bro, is it 7 now?
Hi, we bought him with the Bale money. Bale's now come back to replace him 7 years later. The man's still here. 7 years, he's shown us nothing. And the thing is, a lot of Spurs fans, like, the thing with Lamela is he'll come in, he'll play like 3 decent games, couple ball rolls, couple step overs. People be like, oh, Lamela's back. He'll either get injured and then be on the sidelines for time, or he'll have a one-shit game and not play. We have to stop thinking, oh, Lamela's going to come good. Man's been there 7 years. Ultimately, he's not shown nothing. And if fans still want him at the club, that's accepted mediocrity. And we have to be aiming higher than that. We have to be bigger than that.
Yeah,
look up to you, man. Talking facts. I wish Arsenal fans had energy. We need half our squad gone.
I like it, man.
No, you know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say before, like, I proper respect your opinions as well. More time, Arsenal fans are delusional, innit? It's nice to hear Arsenal fan talk.
Nah, it is. You know what? It is actually good, man. It's good energies. It's good, real, honest talk tonight. The comments are still popping off. I've got a comment here supporting you as well. Northside, trusted clean comment. Northside, Northside, London. We've got Tiago's father bigging up you as well, Holly. Holly's on this professional thing. Love that. First time on the show. People, make sure you like and subscribing. And for Holly as well, she's a big Chelsea fan with Cloud. So there's going to be a lot more coming this way in 2021. Wanted to ask you guys. There was a question here. From Ozzy. Let me just find it. Here we go. So just going to round it up. And I think it's quite a good one. Northside, I'm going to come to you first before we move on to Chelsea and then Callum as well. What are Spurs' ambitions? What are Arsenal's ambitions for the rest of the season?
I don't know what their ambition is. I don't get it. Because we're supposed to be always challenging for a title. And we're not doing that. So I don't know what it is. I think they've PR'd this Arteta like to the point where they can't back out now.
Can I ask you something? So challenging for a title based off what? Just because you haven't challenged for one for a while? The name of Arsenal or what?
Huh?
Because your name's Arsenal or Is there reasons for that? I mean,
yeah, like even when United fell off, you're still supposed to be challenging back. But we've had over a decade of bad decisions and, looking like clowns compared to a team like Chelsea that's run properly. So I don't know. Like my standard is still here. So I don't know what the club standard is, because for me, we shouldn't even be 10th. If you got a manager that's 10th and players that, like he said about Tottenham, we've got plenty of players that have been here that none of you lot would take at your teams, that are rubbish, that have been dead full-time under numerous managers and getting extensions like Holding. I don't know what the standard is, because I would flog him off. But we're giving extensions. We're begging Xhaka to stay. You're asking me a question I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I want this manager out, and everyone that was under Emery and Wenger, I want them out of my club. So I don't know. I think they're banking on the Europa. We're still in the Europa, but that's still not good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of our league position, like that's your bread and butter. We're clowns out here. Everyone's laughing.
Yeah, it's not the Arsenal that we've all been used to, man. Like you said, you're 10th in the league, and there's no hiding it. The table don't lie. You're still in Europa.
Chelsea,
and to be honest,
Chelsea, I'm jealous, bro.
They're the kings of London right now at the moment.
Last thing I'll say, because I know I keep ranting, because Arsenal get me vexed. Look at Chelsea, they got a legend, and he was flopping. They said, you know what? Out, Hua, that's it, done, finish. You're not doing your job. Out. Us, trust the process. For somebody that's not even a legend, that's the levels. They're ambitious. We're not ambitious. We're on sentiment. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with Arsenal, bro. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, real with it. We're going to have to find out towards the end of the season what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we get you back on as well. Loving the energy. Callum, Tottenham, obviously, you built up a bit of form. Lost today. I'm not going to lie. Gareth Bale was pants. Harry Kane was pants. Sergio Reguilon, I see Mario coming for you in the comments there. Ndombele coming for him there. But in general, Spurs, what's the ambition for the rest of the season, man, after this setback?
For me, there's no chance for top four. So the league position, I don't care about even finishing in the Europa League spot. I don't want to have to go through that again, doing up qualifiers and playing them type of teams. So for me, we have to put all our eggs in the Europa League basket, man. That's okay. We have to really go for that Europa League trophy.
Yeah. Okay, Europa League trophy. Right, what we're going to do, people, obviously you're still tuned in. Make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're liking. If there's any questions as well you want me to get over to the people, make sure you're getting them in. What's the Daps comment here saying, big up Daps. Shout out Lucas. He looked like he cared. Yeah, I like Lucas, and do you know what? I like it when he's in the number 10 role. I think he gives you a lot of energy and everything, and hopefully he can get some consistency, because you know what Mourinho is like. 1 minute he's paying you, and the next minute he's not. But yeah, it's a big win for Arsenal. They're trying to creep up the table. They're not too far off. Get a few wins together. Now 4, 5 points, 6 points. You can make them. The way this league's going, you can make them up quick. But it's a big win today, I think, mentally for you lot. But it's just whether you can take that into the next few games. We're going to get over to Chelsea now. Holly and Claudio, it's time to shine. It's a bit of a shame that I know that you lot drew with Leeds, but there's still takeaways from the game. And the positive for me, looking at it as a neutral, is that Thomas Tuchel is still everyone's going to get onto me, Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel is still unbeaten. Claudio, first of all, obviously the draw. And then how are you finding Tuchel settling into the job now? He's had about 13 games now, I believe.
Yeah. 13 games unbeaten. Can't give him nothing but praise, to be honest with you. He's come in, like I said previously before, he's just come in, steadied the ship. He's made our defence solid now. It doesn't feel like we're going to leak goals whatsoever at the moment with the 3 at the back he's played. I think yesterday was the first time in a little while where I've seen sort of 4 at the back at times where he put Aspilicueta there. But overall, I just think he's done a great job since coming in, to be honest. And I feel like when teams playing against us, they respect us more again. Whereas before, obviously with the bad run we was in, it was a little bit like, we're going to come against Chelsea, we're going to come and play against them because we know we can score a few, we can outplay them. Whereas now, we're dominating with possession. The only thing obviously we're lacking is the quality in the final third, but you can't get everything right in 13 games. Like this isn't like FIFA, this isn't Football Manager. This is 13 games in. He needs to, implement his ideas. He still needs a whole pre-season, to be honest, obviously in the summer as well, but you can't give him nothing but praise personally for me. With the game yesterday, it was 2 points drop for me because of Leeds' form. They lost 4 of their last 5. So going into the game, obviously we was confident. However, we're still in 4th, but it's obviously gutting Leicester won today. So
yeah, big win for them. Okay, yeah, no, nice takeaways there. Holly, obviously I know you've watched the game. In regards to obviously you and Chelsea, Claudio spoke on the manager. Well, who impressed you the most? Even though it was a draw, 0-0, there were some bright sparks. Who impressed you the most?
For me, do you know what? It was Mendy. I mean, to me, he done 2 world-class saves. And, you know, if it wasn't for them saves, then maybe it wouldn't have been 0-0 and maybe we would have been on the losing side. Obviously, Roberts with his goal that was offside, you know, that was a good thing for us. But, yeah, for me, it was Mendy. He smashed it for me.
Yeah, do you know what, that keeper situation is quite interesting because just got a little shout out, big up Suits. I'm obviously a big Man United fan, but it's the first game I'm missing in God knows how many years just to focus on the pod. But we're 1-0 up, and now I'm gonna just look who we scored. Dawson own goal. Do you know what? I'll take that own goals. You know, boy, that's how you know. That's how you know we're scraping Champions League football this year. Holly, yeah, obviously, Mendy impressed you a lot. Yeah. If you look at your situation in the last year or two, you had Kepa. And a lot of people were not happy with Kepa. Do you think Mendy's a keeper? Yeah, exactly. Not in your book. Do you think Mendy's a keeper that you can see having for a number of years? Or do you think Tuchel might be like, do you know what? I'm not even going to be happy with Mendy.
I mean, for me, he's 29, 30 now? So I don't know if he's a keeper for...
I think he's 28. I think Mendy's 28. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, for me, he's done the job, you know, yesterday. And I was pleased with, you know, the outcome. So yeah, I rated him. Havertz for me, starting up front. I think Giroud should have started up front.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, she's coming with a big OG talk.
Leeds was playing the high defense, you know, and I think you know, maybe we should have had the same setup as when we played against Liverpool. For me, you know, when Werner came on in the 60-odd minute yesterday, and he brought Havertz back a bit. I think, you know, he was better sat there for me personally.
Okay, I like it, man. Do you know what? Out of everyone, I did not think you were going to throw Giroud into the starting up. Claudia, what do you think? Claudia, before I come to you on maybe Kante as well and other topics, what do you think to that take? Especially when you actually look at it against Liverpool with the Werner situation. He played really well against Liverpool, actually.
Yeah. I personally wanted Havertz to start again because of his performance against Everton in that position. I just thought if we dropped Havertz, it was only going to sort of do him more harm than good if he wasn't to play again. Obviously, it didn't work out in the way we wanted to, but I think it's probably perfect timing for Giroud to come in against Atletico on Wednesday night now. So it's not too much of a loss for us. But I just think in general, yesterday, none of the front three was working at all. So the fluidity between them. He even brought on subs, like Hudson-Odoi came on. I thought he could have made more of an impact because, you know, I'm a big fan of him. Werner came on, but it was one of those games yesterday. The team sort of lacked a little bit of ideas, but it's not one which, for me personally, I'm going to dwell on too much because it was a 0-0 draw. There's not much to sort of talk about it too much in terms of the performance. It wasn't great. It wasn't the worst, but it's still a point on the board. So, and we're fourth still. So, yeah.
What do you think as rivals? So I've got a bit of an echo. As rivals, Callum and Northside, Chelsea slipped up yesterday. It was a chance for others to capitalise and gain some ground. Are you thinking that Chelsea could be? Let's look at next season, just briefly. Do you think Chelsea, Callum, could be a force to be reckoned with the plans or the structure that Tuchel's putting in place at the moment, with signings bound to come in the summer? Because even Northside side, sorry to cut you off. Even Northside said at the start that Chelsea are on their way to sign.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Tuchel shored them up quite a bit defensively. They need this season a bit of time for their new signings to bed in and play the way he would like them to. And it seems like them man have got unlimited peas next season.
Unlimited.
Up big. I'm hearing talk about Haaland coming Chelsea, keep them that'll be their fifth striker or something that they got. So they got a decent manager and the squad to compete. I'm definitely worried about them next season. This season, I think they'll scrape Champions League football, just about maybe finish fourth.
Yeah. Do you think they've got a chance of winning a trophy? Still in obviously the Champions League, and that is, and let's not get it twisted. I know it's the Champions League. Apart from Man City, I look across Europe, and for me, the level and the standards are not as high as previous years. I think it's quite open, and it's still in the FA Cup as well. So, but you don't see them winning a trophy now.
Maybe they can win the FA Cup. I don't even know who they've got in the next round, to be honest. Since we got knocked out at that time.
Sheffield United, which are going to smash up.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, no, they ain't going to win the Champions League. No chance. Okay. Maybe. Why not?
Yeah. Northside, obviously you mentioned Chelsea briefly. This is a chance. Elaborate on them and what's making you think, they're doing things the proper way.
They always have. If you see from the 2000s, they've been the most... To be honest, London is Chelsea. London is Chelsea. Arguably from 2000 up until now, they've been the most successful side in England, from the 2000s. But they make everyone accountable You know why? Because the owner makes people accountable. We don't care who you are. That message that they did with Lampard, for me, I'm not even a Chelsea fan. I was like, yo, you don't do your job, you're out. Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is about winning, and I love that. Like, I wish we had that mentality. And I think that's what's gonna make them champions again. Because they don't care. And some people think, they don't really get lost in a sentimental thing.
What, do you think they're ruthless? Do you think they're ruthless in the right way?
Yeah, they are. Come on, man, the trophies speak, bro. They won Champions League, they won Europa, they won the league how many times? How can you deny? We can all have opinions. At the end of the day, when you get, you know what I mean, the trophy there, that's what that speaks for itself. Like what Holly said, I really agree to. Like she said about Giroud. I don't know why we disrespected Giroud a lot. Because Lacazette is a carry on. Yeah, Lacazette's a B-Tech Giroud. And like what she said there, like he's been the best striker for them. Like I swear he scored for you guys in Europa, like 3 goals in 1 game. I just feel like sometimes it's just because he's not the suave name or the suave guy to go with. Like with Werner, like he's gonna take time to bed in. It's the Premier League. Like a lot of people need time. I still think he's a top striker, but the thing is, they got the squad. Chelsea have got the squad, and they've got the mentality, and they've got the ruthlessness to get there. They're gonna get there, and if you're not good enough, you're gonna get kicked out. So I feel like this season they'll probably may win a cup. Next season they're gonna be a problem because Tuchel's gonna give them a style. He's trying to implement it now. Yeah. The money's there. The squad is basically there. They don't really need much. And if they get Haaland, it's a problem.
What do you think? Because Thiago Favre's in the comment here saying Haaland talk is gas. You're talking about it now. If you could speak on it for 30 seconds, do you think they get him? Do you think they've got the money to go and get him as well?
Who, me?
Yeah, do you think that? Yeah. Sorry, you just mentioned Haaland.
Yeah, come on, Chelsea.
We got the money. Sorry.
Yeah, man. They're like the Harrods of.
What does he want to? Do you think he would want to go there?
Why not?
Do you think that Haaland would want to?
Why wouldn't? Yeah, because they're more attractive at the moment. Yeah, apart from Liverpool, they're looking like they ain't got peace. Yeah. Man City are the only other club like they got the come on, man. Of course they're attractive. It's big Chelsea, man. Come on. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I don't like Chelsea, but I gotta be real. Like they're run properly. Who wouldn't go there? Come on, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nah, confident talk, man. I love it. People in the comments are loving it as well. Never found. Make sure you like and subscribe. And we're talking Chelsea at the moment. I did want to bring up. I'm gonna flip it round and actually go into N'Golo Kante. Holly, I'm gonna come to you first. For me, when Tuchel come in, he wasn't starting so much. He's sort of like playing him, sort of picking and choosing when he wanted to play him. But I feel like now he's realised how vital N'Golo Kante is to the team, and he's starting regular now. Have you got anything to say on him and his form? And do you think he's getting back to his best?
100% for me. He's one of the best central midfielders. He's all over the gaff. You know what I mean? He's up and down constantly, and he won a lot of balls for us yesterday. Maybe he's not exactly where he needs to be, but he's well on his way.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you think it was that made Tuchel not want to play him in the early games when he first arrived at the club?
I don't know. I was quite confused. For me, he should be in the starting 11. You know what I mean? So I'm not too sure what his tactic was there, but he seems to be starting a little bit more now. So hopefully he continues that in the future.
Yeah, what do you think, Cloud? Because I obviously with Kante, I was even messaging you when Tuchel arrived and you weren't playing him. It was like Jorginho and Kovacic. I was like, I know Kante had a little bit of an injury actually, and I know he came back and stuff. But I was also thinking, does Tuchel just want a bit more of a ball playing central midfielder or defensive midfielder? But I think forget that. You just get a ball playing central midfielder next to Kante, and Kante just does all the work that other people don't do. Are you happy to see him back in the starting lineup? Do you think he's the future to play in that role?
100%. I think whenever there's a big game, you always need Kante in the midfield because the amount of ground that guy covers is ridiculous. The recoveries he does, the tackles he does for the team, but he just makes it look effortless as well with the amount of ground he covers. I just think every big game, and it will be big for us against Atletico as well. I just think that you should never doubt Kante. Believe it or not, Chelsea fans sometimes think, should we sell him this summer? But no chance for me because he's a big game player. He's one of our very few, if not the only sort of world-class player we've actually got in the team still. Obviously, with the potential we've got these players who could be potential world-class, but Kante's been there and done it before. He's won titles, so you need to keep him. But yeah, overall, I think yesterday I highlighted it as well earlier, and I think I said it to you. It was another top performance from him. Sometimes it's hard to recognise when the players like Kante do all the sort of dirty work and the groundwork, and he's that guy for us. He just literally does it all. So, I'm happy he's back in the team. I think the reason why he wasn't playing initially was probably just due to the sort of opposition we played at first, because I think when Tuchel came in, it was against Wolves. So I think he wanted probably, like you said, a bit of ball playing centre mids. And to be fair, Jorginho and Kovacic have done well as well. So we've got a good combination in midfield. But yeah, there's no doubt you should start against Atletico, because we know they're going to try and make it difficult for us. But yeah, as long as Kante's in the squad, I'm happy.
Yeah, love that. Big up everyone in the comments. Obviously, never a foul. Obviously, yep, 100. Oh, no, sorry, on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Got a comment here from Carpros. Go on, Holly. Page saying, sorry, go on, Holly. One from Carpros here saying Kante is a beast. Yeah, it must be Paige, obviously supporting Holly. I love that. Thank you ever so much. Got Della from Bedford saying agree with Holly. Oh, you got your little cheerleaders in. I love that. What's Thiago's father saying? He's saying love this in regards to your friends. Kante should be starting every week. If you look at Chelsea, right, I think outside of Man City, they're the team right now that are showing the most sort of progress and identity. Callum, if you were to be a Chelsea fan, of course you're not going to be. Where would you? Of course you're not. But if you was a Chelsea fan, look at it from a neutral point of view, where would you want them to invest in the summer to take them to that next level?
It's interesting, because I feel like Chelsea have got a lot of players that need to find form. But when it comes to them bringing in new players, I don't even know if I can tell you which position I feel like they need to strengthen. I feel like their main priority now is just getting the players they have firing. I mean, like I said before, they've got so many strikers. Werner, I think Abraham's the top goal scorer, but I don't rate Tammy at all. I think Giroud's a good striker, but he's a great finisher, but he's aging. He's not a starting striker for a team like Chelsea with what they want to be challenging for. Werner, whether or not he's best suited to the left wing or up front, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
I feel like Tammy's your top scorer, but he's only scored like 6 or 7 goals, innit? I feel like you need a man who's gonna really just take games by the scruff of the neck and score goals for you. But like I said, you've got the personnel that have the ability to do that. They're just, for whatever reason, they're not. So whether they go and splash 50, 60 mil on another striker, I don't know if that's the wisest decision, but they need a man that can really bring them goals consistently.
Yeah, I love that. Do you know what? It's actually funny because I did label the show Chelsea no shine without a number 9. And I think, do you know, when you look at Chelsea over the years, they've actually brought in big strikers when you think about it, like Northside said. And sometimes when they haven't worked out, they've just got rid of them. But then also they've had strikers that have come in and, bang goals. And I think it's so weird now to look at a Chelsea team which have got a good squad, but yet not a killer number 9 that's going to probably get you 20 goals a season consistently. Holly, would you want Chelsea to look at a striker this summer, or would you want them to invest in other areas?
No, for me, I think we need a striker. 100%. I just don't think that Havertz should be up there. I think we need a world-class striker. We need to get looking.
Yeah. Claudio, what do you think of Chelsea? Is number 1 priority for you a striker to take you into next season?
Yeah, 100%. I think whenever you want to win league titles, you always need a striker who's going to score you 20 plus goals in the season. Right now, we don't have that. And like Callum said, Tammy Abraham's our top goal scorer on 6 goals, which obviously isn't good enough at the moment for us in terms of what we got. And you think all the talent we do have, we should be doing better, not just from our strikers, from our wingers as well. Like, we're not contributing at all really in the front three in terms of goals. So it's something obviously Tuchel needs to look at come this summer, but we just need a deadly striker up top to score us those goals.
Yeah. I think you do. And I think, you know what, like Northside said, you've got the money, so you're going to go out and spend it. Got a comment here from Soup saying City doing all right without recognised strikers. Maybe the game is changing. Maybe it could be, but I just think City themselves, they've just got a system. And then when they take out one player, them players know what they're doing. They just come in. They're different to every other club in the league for me. Just talking on Man City, did everyone agree here? Obviously, the league's done. Northside, I'll come to you first because I know we haven't got too much long left. We've got like about 10 minutes. So people, if you tuned in, make sure you like and subscribe. Manchester United are currently 1-0 up, courtesy of an own goal. Northside, in regards to Man City, yes, we know the league's wrapped up, but do you genuinely think they could do the quadruple this year? They're in the final of the Carabao Cup, they're in the Champions League, and they're probably already through against Mönchengladbach. They're still in the FA Cup, and the league is basically wrapped up. So I'm going to do 30 seconds on everyone. Northside first. Do you think Man City get the quadruple? If not, what do you think they win?
Nah, they don't do the quadruple. I think I got to be real. Aguero obviously is coming off of an injury. Gabriel isn't clinical enough. Jesus, ain't clinical enough. They're doing all right in the league, but it's a push. You haven't got any strikers really banging this season. I say they probably do the league, maybe a cup, and they probably bottle Champions League.
Okay. And what do you think they get to the final with the Champions League or not?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anything's possible, but that's the competition that they really struggle in. So I say nah. They get semis and they get knocked out.
Okay, interesting. Got more comments for you, Holly, as well. MKBMX saying, hey, Holly, I think they're loving you in here. We're going to have to get you in more often. Callum, over to you, man. What do you think with City? Quadruple, or do you think they fall short on this, win a couple of trophies?
No, I don't think they'll win a quadruple. I think they got the Premier League wrapped up. That's definitely theirs already. The Champions League, they ain't, for whatever reason it is, as good as their side is, they ain't got a Champions League source. And I don't think that's going to change this year. They ain't going to win that. But I don't want to say they're going to win the Carabao, so obviously it means we lose the final. But they're definitely the favourites. Yeah, I think Premier League and maybe a Carabao, but they ain't winning the Champions League. No way.
Yeah, okay. Interesting comment here as well from the Southern Scouts. So big up for your comments, people. Make sure you like and subscribing. Friday's UCL draw will be interesting viewing. Could be all English ties. That's very true. Obviously, all English teams and obviously Spanish teams and so forth can play each other now after the first knockout round of the Champions League. Claudio, these guys seem to think that obviously City can't win the Champions League. I'm going to change the question a bit for you. Don't you think that this is the best chance for them to win it if they're not going to? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, in terms of the teams and the sort of levels the Champions League has been this season, you'd say so. But history will tell you that Man City, when it comes to the Champions League, they're sometimes a different team, aren't they? So, but yeah, when you look at it, they do obviously have a good chance because of the quality they have in their squad. And this season, you know what it's like with COVID and sort of no fans being in the stadium. There's always something different happening. It's a bit unpredictable this season. So if there is any season City could do it, possibly. But for me, I think like Callum said, they'd win the double. Obviously the Premier League, more or less. I think everyone can agree that they're going to go and win down the Carabao Cup. See them being Tottenham as well.
Yeah, okay. Holly, I'm gonna roll out the red carpet for you. You've heard their thoughts. Obviously, Man City could win all 4 trophies this year. Do you think they do it, or do you think they end up with a couple?
I think a couple. For me, Premier League's done at, I think they're at 71 points, maybe 14 ahead of
yeah, you're right. 71 points, yeah.
Yeah, Man United behind them. Yeah, so for me, Premier League's done. Champions League, they've got a good chance. I think, maybe semis, maybe final. So for me, probably 2 trophies.
Yeah, do you know what's mad? Because all you lot saying 2 trophies, but surely, yeah, if you're a Man City fan right now, you'd be disappointed with 2 because it's kind of like 2 already in the bag. So this is the chance to sort of rotate or go out and win other things, don't you think? Or do you think I'm wrong here? Because I actually genuinely think I'm the only one. I think the quadruple's really on. I look at Bayern, I look at Juve out. I look at Bayern, I look at PSG, maybe obviously a little bit of a threat, but I just think other teams in Europe are going to improve next year. So if this is the year for City to win it, man, I'm surprised that you lot think they'll fall short. Like if they're going to fall short, who do you think wins it? Do you think Bayern just retain it again? Because I don't think there's many other teams out there that can beat City.
Well, no, you said I think they'll be disappointed with 2 trophies. Imagine having that luxury. I'm a trophyless for the last 14 years or whatever it is. The man I said disappointed with 2 trophies. I want 1. I'm not greedy out here. I just want 1.
He wants 1, Wait, when was the last time you won something? Was that when the League Cup, when like Aaron Lennon that went down?
2009, 2008,
yeah.
2008, I think.
Was that the Audi Cup?
Say again, Northside?
Carling Cup them times, isn't it?
What was it?
Carling Cup them times.
Nah,
Audi Cup, little pre-season thing. Bro, you know what? Yeah, we beat, I think it was Bayern we beat in the final. So that was our Champions League. I'll take it.
Yeah, Liverpool fans are in the comments as well, thinking they're loving it. Everyone said that in 2005. The final is actually at Istanbul. Do you know what? It'd be so typical that Liverpool go and do something in the Champions League, considering their league form. We're going to wrap it up with just the last few comments on Leicester because I think it would be so wrong to disrespect them. Northside, I'll come to you first. Kelechi Iheanacho, Harvey Barnes is injured. Jose Perez comes back today, but Iheanacho has been filling in with Jamie Vardy, banged his first hat-trick. Obviously, since he's been in the Premier League, he was prior at Man City. What do you think about Leicester, man? Do you think today's win sort of secures them top 4? When you look at the league table now, Man City 71, Leicester 56, Chelsea 51, and I think United obviously going to go on. I didn't put United in because we're winning at the moment, but we'll go above Leicester. But do you think they're on their way to securing Champions League?
Yeah, I think so. I think they got the players. I think they got the style of play, and I think they got a good enough manager. They're exactly what I'd wish Arsenal were. If you see what they buy their players for, they got a really good scouting team, and Brendan Rodgers is a really good manager. For me, obviously, we have to look at the game and, okay, 5-0, but Sheffield, they're out. They're relegated. It's done. It's done for them. But I think, no, it's true. It's true. You got to look at the opposition sometimes when you look at what's going on. But I think for me, yeah, I think they get Champions League, to be honest.
Okay. Cloud, I'll come to you first. What do you think? Leicester. Jamie Vardy still playing as well. Big up Jamie Vardy today. He didn't get on the score sheet, but got 3 assists. This shows that as he gets older, his game's becoming more complete. It's not just about goals for him now. And I think like Northside said, their scouting department, the way they've got youth, the way they've got a good setup, I think they're on their way to securing Champions League because the other teams around them are flopping. What do you think after that win today against Sheffield United?
Yeah, it's a good performance, wasn't it? And Iniacho again, hat-trick, which is very big for him. Him and Vardy linked up well at times today as well. And like Northside said, they've got a very good coach in Brendan Rodgers. I've always liked Brendan Rodgers and the style of football he plays as well with his team. So, yeah, at the moment it's looking good for Leicester. But I think right now there's still plenty of twists and turns to come. So I don't know if there's sort of guaranteed top 4. But looking at it right now, you would say out of the rest of the teams, Leicester do look more secure than others, obviously with their gap they've put on today. But, they've got West Ham as well and City in their next 2 games, I think. So that'll be
that's an interesting test
after the FA Cup. So I think that will probably tell a lot in terms of the top 4 race for Leicester. But fair play to them. Also, another thing, them going out of the Europa League was the worst thing happening.
Yeah, do you know what? I really think that's helped them actually, especially with their squad and the injuries they've had. Playing on a Thursday and then playing on a Sunday could have hampered them. But I think their priority for them, especially with fans coming back next year, the amount of financial revenue you're going to get from being in the Champions League, hitting top 4 for them will be massive. And I think that'll be a very big game. And they're also in the FA Cup. They've got us next week, and I think that's no walkover either. I think we're going to go there and we could have a bit of trouble next Sunday. Holly, what do you think? Because if we look at the top 4, City have got it. Man United are going to be in second. There's Leicester and then you guys. Do you think Leicester drop out or do you think they stay in the top 4?
I think they'll stay top 4, to be fair. I think that Chelsea are obviously going to overtake them. I'm a massive Brendan Rodgers fan. I think he's a great manager, to be fair. And, when you've got Jamie Vardy on your side and stuff like that, I think they're going to do really well. But I'm hoping Chelsea take that second spot.
Yeah, love that as well. I got comments from MKBMX. I think that's Holly's fans there saying, Claudio, love the top. They're definitely Chelsea fans here. James is still banging on saying, this Champions League is Liverpool. James, be careful, mate. Be careful because we're going to run this back if they get knocked out. Callum, what do you think with the top 4? And obviously Leicester, because at the start of the season, no one would have expected it, but they're showing form. And even with the injuries, they're still picking up points, man. So do you think one of the spots is theirs?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't say it's secured right now. It's the Premier League. Anything can happen, as we've seen earlier on in the season. But I definitely think they're going about it the right way. And I like Leicester. Obviously, I'm still a bit bitter about that season. They won the league where we should have, but didn't have the minerals in the end. But no,
all the nearlies, isn't it? It's a case of should have and could have, isn't it?
I like their squad. They got some good young talents, Maddison and Dewey and whatnot. And I'm happy for Iheanacho as well. I rated him when he was at City. I didn't think he was City level to be, starting even backup striker for them, but I did like the look of him, so I'm glad to see him.
Do you know what? Actually, I'm just going to ask you a quick question. I want to wrap it up after the hour. This is for Northside and Callum. Yeah, how many of the Leicester and people in the comments as well? If you're listening, I want to see what you lot think. How many of the Leicester man get into the Arsenal and Spurs starting lineups?
A lot.
The whole squad.
Ndidi, Tielemans, Maddison,
Vardy,
Harvey Barnes. He'll play right wing for us. So you
know what? It's mad when you think about it, innit?
Oh, about at least 5 players, at least 5, 6 players.
You see why I'm angry, innit? Because all due respect, like who's the bigger club, like, and I'll take everyone. Their whole midfield gets into our midfield. The defense is better. Their strikers better. I love Aubameyang. He's probably our only world class striker. Yeah, but Jamie Vardy, that guy's a problem. That guy's a problem.
Do you know what? It's actually mad. That's what made me think of it. I was actually listening, and I've actually listened to you lot, and I thought, when I actually look at Leicester starting 11. Boy, you'd have a few of them in your team, man. You just have to, like you said there.
The whole thing, take the whole thing. You're messing around. Look at us. We're drowning in 10th. And you're telling me a few. Like it's probably like a stretch part A, and Aubameyang, like, because everybody else in our squad is potential.
And Saka as well. And Saka.
It's potential. We don't know yet. You know what I mean? I always tell people calma with these young players, because people get gassed. Let's relax. Yeah, it's potential. He's good, but it's potential. Kind of like Chelsea. Yeah. Chelsea got a lot of potential players. They're not yet world class. They could dip. You know, they got Abraham. They got Hudson-Odoi. Yes, they're good players. Don't know yet to really.
Don't know yet. Yeah.
Let's start to the whole thing. Give it to me now. I'll take it.
I love it. Northside's not holding back. Arsenal fans are in here. He said he wants the whole of the Leicester squad up in North London, even though you won the North London derby today. Still 10 minutes to go in the Manchester United game. It's Manchester United 1, West Ham 0. We're going to wrap it up here. 55 minutes. We always like doing shows under the hour. But guys, it's been actually a brilliant show, man. All you guys in the comments as well. Really appreciate it. Supporting Never a Foul channel, me, Dapsuit, Chris, everyone who does views from the Skywalk, Man City channel, Man United, Arsenal, all of us. We really appreciate your support. So make sure you like and subscribe, and there's going to be a lot more content to come. Holly, obviously first time on the show. We know you're going to be doing more, which will keep it shush for now. But end of 2021, people are going to know about Holly. First time on the show. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I loved it. Thank you for having me, guys.
Nah, no problem at all. It's great to obviously have you on as a Chelsea fan. Claudio supporting as well. Thank you so much, Claudio, for coming on and helping out with the show as usual. Be back in the studio soon where we'll be dropping some gems.
100%. I can't wait to get back into the cave.
Yeah, man, it's going to be sick. Summer's coming. Callum, obviously with views from the Skywalk, can you just tell the people who are tuned in where they can find your show tomorrow and what time?
Monday 8 p.m. tomorrow on this channel here. Obviously low energy from me today, which is unlike myself, but it is I'm drained after that game. But yeah, Monday tomorrow 8 p.m. we'll be running through the game, previewing the Villa game, second leg of the Europa League. It's going to be a bit of a depressing episode, but hopefully man will come with a bit more energy tomorrow, innit?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to give you big credit, because obviously North London derby, there was a lot of talk, a lot of podcasts flying around, a lot of previews, a lot of one-liners, but you still came on and held it down for Spurs, man. There was a lot of people tuning in tonight as well. So yeah, man, big love for coming on.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much, man. We've got Tiago's father saying Liverpool's channel soon, and love that very, very soon. I think the next season is going to be great once we get back in the cave and get doing the outdoor shows as well. Big up Suits, great show. And Northside, man, obviously your first time on the show. I'm not going to lie, I loved your energy, me being a host as well. You're brilliant. The guests love you as well, and also people in the comments. So before you go, where can people find you on all your channels and platform? And definitely going to get you back on again.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I literally just started this like a couple of weeks ago, so yeah, thanks, man. You can find me on my channel on YouTube, Northside LDN. The IG is the same name, Northside LDN, and go check it out. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't, hey, we all got opinions, innit?
There you go. Do you know what? That's true. And I love that. At the end of the day, it's football. We've all got opinions, whether you like it or not. I just want to make sure I get this comment out there. There's a lot of stuff with obviously racial abuse going out, and obviously sexism as well towards women. Do you know what? It doesn't matter what gender, it doesn't matter what color or race you are. We're all just talking football. We all just love the game, and people just respect each other's opinions. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you love it, you love it. But on Never a Foul and this channel, we want to make sure that we have good people, good support, and the right ones coming and liking and subscribing. So people, this is Never a Foul. It's Gameweek28. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We're on the way to 1,000, and we'll catch you very soon.